Our topic of today will be focusing on a global maritime dilemma in multinational and multicultural crews. A ship in international trade is a site where people, the crews, are living in the same place for a certain period of time. Most of the ships serving in international trade are manned not only by a single nationality, but tend to be more complex. 60% of the world's merchant fleet is now staffed by multinational crews. Some of them work out of ports, not in their own homeland, from different parts of the world, with crew members of different ranks by network shipping agencies. According to ITF 2002. Working with people from various nationalities, it is very attractive to observe how things work within a small population of people who have different languages, different traditions, and different religions living in one restricted place, which is the ship. In the past and still today, there are differences between Eastern and Western people in the case of employment, terms and conditions. Yon, many recruiters or crew managers prefer senior officers from the European countries and junior officers and ratings from the Far East, South Asia, and Middle East, according to Cavici et al. 2009. However, the author believes the the author believes that with the advancement of technology, exchange of information can be established in an easier manner so that the boundaries between the West and the East are not an obvious limit anymore. The migration from East to West and vice versa contributes to a cultural mixture and integration. However, most Eastern people cannot leave their identities and characteristics brought by the bloodline of their ethnic backgrounds. Even though migration does happen, in the New World, immigrants tend to live in a society where most people come from the same ethnic area. Chinatown in America, Europe, some Afro-American neighborhoods in the United States, Arabian communities in Sweden are some examples of this. This migration is also what occurs on board ship with multinational crews. When a foreign crew is assigned to serve on a ship with a certain flag nationality, it can be said that the crew member has temporarily migrated from his or her own country to the country of the ship, which is represented by the ship itself, which is also a subculture. On board ship, the crew must follow the rules and regulations which may be applied by the ship's flag state or government. A crew is hired temporarily to work and live in the country, which is the ship, until his or her employment contract is terminated. Diversified cultures promote good opportunities for seafarers and ship owners, not only in the economic perspective, but also the exploration of knowledge and experiences from mixed crews can give certain advantages. Different culture, practice, and forms were the topic of interest for seafarers who often discuss and explore these differences with one to another. They can operate extremely successful both companies and seafarers, according to Cavici et al. 2002. Furthermore, the some benefits of manning the ship with multinational crew members can be recognized as follows. Number one, crew members from different cultures may tend to use different intellectual processes and patterns, providing a diverse range of responses and input. Number two, by ensuring a broad mixture of nationalities, the captain's authority is unlikely to be challenged by strong national groupings. Number three, by working in a multicultural crew, its members' knowledge of the world will be improved. This may be of advantage to that company later if the seafarer transfers to a shore-based job where such knowledge can translate directly to a business advantage. And last, recruiting seafarers from developing countries often provides support to those countries from remittances or, or remittances sent home to families. The impact on the economy can improve maritime training in those countries, which in turn again improves the candidates from which ship owners may recruit, according to Hork 2005. Multinational seafarers' employment in global shipping is a dynamic discussion since its recruitment has increased because of economic reasons. Ship owners and shipping companies search for seafarers to man their ships in low-cost crewing countries. Mababa lang sweldo nila. According to Hork 2006, mixed crews from developing countries are cheap, according to Cavici et al. 2002. Consequently, multinational officers and ratings give an advantage to the world shipping fleet from an economic point of view. Besides benefits, the disadvantages of recruiting multinational seafarers are affected also, however. Multicultural crews have become a critical issue in the development of ship planning, according to Thong 2007. The shipping companies do not take full advantage of this situation and even find problems. Many owners have difficulties in managing crews from different nationalities. Moreover, several remarks on multicultural crews have been made, according to Cavici et al. 1992, which are as follows. Number one, was found to be a critical issue for multinational crews. The use of mother tongue rather than common language, which is English, fostered suspicion amongst multilingual crews so that this could result in frustration. Number two, faith was a fundamental part of many seafarers' lives. Some seafarers regretted that only Western religious holidays were marked aboard many vessels. And one, stereotyping is apparently diminished with contract. Thus, seafarers were less likely to have stereotyped understandings with whom they had sailed regularly and were more likely to generalize about national groups with whom they had little contract, according to SIRC 2002. Besides the multinational crewing dilemma, another burden is the decrease in the number of seafarers. In fact, this profession is not a lifelong career, of course. It is considered by many that being a seafarer is presently no longer attractive. Although the shipping industry is growing, enough seafarers are not available to meet the requirements of the industry, especially in the near future. Various hazards are the main reasons why the young generation is not particularly motivated to choose seafaring careers. In global shipping, there are serious problems such as professional hazard, personal hazard, social hazard, and legal hazard. The various hazards are explained as professional hazard. Number one, few or very few seafarers can only take up shipping as their lifetime profession. At the end of their life, they realize that no significant achievements were made. Number two, personal hazard. Seafarers are not lucky to remain with their family members throughout their career. Seafarers cannot be with other family members. They have to forget about birthdays, Christmas, and any other social family events. Number three, social hazards. Many seafarers are not able to mix in a heterogeneous society as they interact with a limited number of people throughout their career. So yun, naging antisocial na ang majority, ang kalabanan sa mga seafarers. Last, legal hazards. For example, pollution. If a ship pollutes the sea due to whatsoever reasons, the ship's crew, including the captain of the ship, may have to face legal action, according to Marine Bus 2008. The remarks above obviously have an effect to the reduced number of seafarers. This is general worry that there would be an international shortage of crews in the near future. Some young people that have decided on the career at sea change their minds and seek work ashore according to Work 2006. Considering the International Maritime Organization's or IMO's declaration on 2010 as the year of seafarer, therefore shipping people including maritime education training institutions should work together to discover proper strategies on how to attract young generations to enter a seafaring career. Okay, let's move to shipping challenges with multinational crews. Today, the decline in the number of seafarers impact on the choice of employment from non-European seafarers. No? Global shipping employment is increasing with the multinational crews that contribute to the multicultural and multilingual environment aboard ships, according to EU Commission 2001. The most challenging issue regarding multicultural and multilingual crews is the human element on board ship. This concerns how to work together and cooperate within mixed crews on board ships. Various nationalities represent different cultures with different language. The barriers which tend to affect the human element include a lack of cultural awareness and communication failure. The International Maritime Organization or IMO has reported that by far the majority of accidents at sea are caused by human error, and one of the main causes of these accidents and incidents is due to poor standard of maritime English, according to Shiraki et al. 2009. A lack of cultural awareness has become an important issue due to the cultural differences on board ships. Moreover, cultural differences brought by mixed crews bring complexity when they find disharmony caused by miscommunication and misunderstanding. This becomes a vital problem in social interaction within the multicultural and multilingual environment. There should be an appropriate solution to be discovered to solve the phenomenon to avoid further risk. The impact of multinational and multilingual crews in global shipping and maritime education and training institutions is how to provide the appropriate education of soft skill. You have to focus on the soft skill of our future seafarers in maritime education and training. There is still no national policy provided by flag states regarding cultural awareness unless communication requirement becomes part of the International Safety Management Code, according to Thong 2007. In order to be able to work in a culturally diversified environment, each crew member needs to have a technical skills and non-technical skills. Of course, the technical skills include the competence to hold a certain rank and task on board. The non-technical skills include the understanding of cultural differences and the ability to socialize in the multicultural environment. In this respect, I believe that both subject areas are tasked for maritime institutions, including the maritime education training, to care for in preparation for a seafaring career. No, appeal good ka nga maritime education na resolve kang issue nga dyan, no? When it comes sa soft skills ka mga future seafarers. Maritime education training institutions should adapt the courses to satisfy the individual students and to meet their wishes to build a career within the industry, and this also after a time at sea, according to Work 2006. Therefore, the education of the multicultural subject as a soft skill needs to be considered to fulfill the global industry's expectation.